Our thoughts dictate all of our actions. For the most part, we always think before we act. Whatever we do, whether good or bad, we do it. Our thoughts serve as the foundation for our actions. So, if your thoughts are always focused on success, your actions will be focused on achieving that success. However, if your thoughts are constantly negative and self-deprecating, your actions will reflect this. So how do you train your mind to focus on the positives while filtering out the negatives? In this video, we'll talk about 15 ways you can do to become a master of your mind. Hello and welcome to Luxsio. Before we begin, make sure you click that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you won't miss out on more of our incredible videos. Number 1. Practice breathwork. Deep breathing may be ineffective against terminal illness, but it's still one of the best ways to calm your mind. Our minds are extremely complex, and things can occasionally get out of hand. What if getting out of control occurs far too frequently in your mind? It's a sign that your mind needs to be recalibrated. Deep breathing is one of the most effective methods for immediately calming your thoughts. When you notice that things are going wrong, tell yourself to stop and cool down behind a spot, taking 8 to 10 deep breaths. Try not to think about anything while doing this exercise. Allow nothing to enter your mind if possible, then repeat for the next 60 to 90 seconds. You should also be aware that deep breathing does not dispel negative thoughts. Instead, it simply assists your mind in pressing the refresh button, allowing you to restart the thinking process with a different mindset. Number 2. Make use of affirmations. Something interesting about the mind is that it can be tricked when things go wrong, just like how it was in the movie The Three Idiots. These characters reassure the mind, telling it not to worry because everything is under control, even though things are spiraling out of control. The trick, however, is not to confuse the mind. The key is to prevent it from blowing up the situation. When your mind is calm in a stressful situation, you are more likely to make better and more rational decisions. So, how do you keep your mind in check? The key is to use words of affirmation. Fortunately, words of affirmation can help in a variety of situations. They serve as a reminder that you have control over your mind and that it will believe whatever you want it to believe. To begin, surround yourself with quotes and daily mantras, and you will quickly understand and believe these affirmations. Number 3. Read books. There have been decades of research on how complex the mind is, and we still can't fully grasp its full capacity. There are numerous books available to help you better understand the workings of your mind. Eckhart Tolle writes in his book, The Power of Now, A Guide to Spiritual Enlightenment, that thinking is only a small aspect of consciousness. Thought cannot exist in the absence of consciousness, but consciousness does not require thought. Your mind is capable of so much more, and books can teach you how to unlock these endless possibilities. Number 4. Allow your mind to wander when it desires. Daydreaming is a relaxing activity. Your body could be stuck in a boring lecture while your mind is on a trip to the Maldives. But put aside the amusement for a moment. Allowing your mind to wander has also been shown to increase creativity and intelligence. Mastering your mind involves granting it considerable freedom, as well as knowing when to cut the cord on this freedom and get to work. Number 5. Accept negative thoughts as they come. I know what you're thinking. This appears to contradict almost everything the video implies. But hear me out. It's natural for humans to avoid negative thoughts, but sometimes confronting them is the best way to deal with them. Pushing away negative thoughts over and over will only intensify them and make them pester your mind for an even longer period. So here's a pro tip. Do the exact opposite. Confront your negative thoughts. You'll realize it gives you a chance to figure out why the thought stays. Number 6. Meditation. We've all heard about it in some form or another, but we don't always realize how effective it is. When was the last time you meditated? When was the last time you tried to cleanse your mind of negativity and noise? Meditation is an ancient technique for gaining control of your thoughts. You must be willing to control your mind by making a conscious effort to clear out the noise to meditate. A daily meditation session of 10 minutes will gradually train you to learn from your negatives, regulate your thoughts, and use your positives to create a better life for yourself. Number 7. Let go of the past. You can't change the past unless you have a time machine that no one knows about. So why bother changing it if you can't? It's just an old baggage that you refuse to let go of. You can't change what happened in the past or how it affected you, but you can learn from it and make sure it doesn't happen again in the future. Give up on things which you have no control and instead focus on things over which you do have control. Every time you enable your thoughts to drift away into the past, you lose control of your thoughts. So, how do you break free from your past? You must accept it for what it is. The death of a loved one, a huge mistake that cost you your job, or a failed relationship. You must be willing to accept reality without doubts or questions, but with the hope that the future will be better and that you will learn from your mistakes. Stop letting the past have such a hold on you. You're more powerful than that. It's about time you started acting like it. Number 8. Encourage optimism. We've all been here before. Some days, we wake up feeling gloomy and depressed, convinced that the world is a despicable place ruled by cruel capitalistic rulers. On other days, we wake up feeling refreshed, grateful that we can see the sun and try again. On days like this, it's crucial to spread positivity and keep it going for as long as possible. Teaching your mind to be optimistic will train it to favor optimism and hope. While turning off these positive thoughts sends the message, "Oh, we don't want you around here." If this occurs too frequently, you may find yourself wallowing in grief every day of your life. So how can you help people stay positive even on bad days? Allow yourself to appreciate the beauty in everything. The world is a lovely mess, if you will. All you have to do is to be willing to look past the noise and negativity and focus on what truly matters. Number 9. Pay attention to your body. How can you expect to master your mind if you ignore your body? Your body and mind are inextricably linked, and failing to listen to one will affect the other. If your body is in pain, your mind will be in distress as well. Similarly, if your mind is in a bad place, it will soon start to reflect on you physically. Never disregard your body's signals. Always pay close attention to any stomach growl, headache, or aching limb because you never know if it's the start of an illness or just the body responding to a thought the mind is feeding it. Your body also serves as a guide for determining the scope of your thoughts. For example, if you can't get out of bed because you're too unhappy, this indicates that negative thoughts have taken over your entire being, and things will only get worse from here unless you take charge. Number 10. Stay away from negative people. Do you think a superhero would ever fly into the sky if he or she lived among people who didn't believe it was possible? No, of course not. Our minds are heavily influenced by the people we associate with. If you're constantly exposed to negativity in your environment, it is only a matter of time before your mind begins to thrive on it. Why allow your mind to feed on the dark side when it feeds on the energy it senses around it? Surround yourself with people who share your optimism, and your mind will be grateful. Number 11. Exercise your memory muscle. Humans have a fascinating ability to remember a lot of information. However, thanks to technological advancements, we now have to digest more information than ever before. As a result, the amount of data we can retain has decreased. Matter of fact, a recent study found that millennials are much more forgetful than the older generation, which can be attributed to our heavy reliance on technology. We can point the finger at technology all we want, or we can come up with creative ways to keep our memory sharp. Visualization is a common cognitive trick for memory training, and when combined with other proven cognitive exercises, your important memories will be preserved indefinitely. Number 12. Do not suppress your emotions. We must remain realistic and rational in our thinking. focusing on the positives rather than the negatives. This is not to say that you should ignore or suppress your feelings. Allow yourself to feel your emotions and understand how your mind contributes to these processes. When you accept the gravity of your emotions, your mind will assist you in understanding why you feel this way, and you'll know how to manage these emotions in simple and healthy ways. Overall, when you master your mind, you master your emotions. Number 13. Surround yourself with positivity. It is not enough to just think positively. You must also seek inspiration for these thoughts. For instance, you're working hard to prepare for your exams, but you're not sure you'll pass with high marks. To address this issue, you must surround yourself with people who believe they will pass their exams in no time. This optimism will infect you as well and will simply inspire positive thoughts to fill your mind. However, associating with negative-minded people will have the same effect on your mind, so choose your friends wisely. Number 14. Learn to visualize yourself positively. Images, whether static or moving, fascinate the human mind. Why do you think most businesses use video ads for marketing? While we are gradually abandoning traditional approaches such as text and audio, we remember images more than anything else and keep them at the forefront of our minds as long as possible. Let's try this exercise. Close your eyes and try to imagine yourself achieving all of your goals in the next 5 years. Focus for a few moments on this image of yourself before opening your eyes. You can repeat this process as many times as you want until this image of yourself becomes a motivating factor. This version of yourself is the one who encourages you to try harder at whatever you do, while also assisting you in maintaining a positive attitude toward your goals. And last but not the least is number 15. Understand your triggers. Despite their obvious differences, negative and positive thoughts have a lot in common. To begin with, both of these are typically triggered by something else. A good night's sleep or the accomplishment of a short-term goal can result in happy thoughts. Negative thoughts, on the other hand, can be triggered by loneliness or going to a location that causes you anxiety or fear. Familiar situations can also trigger negative thoughts, like situations that have harmed you in the past. Your job is to identify these negative situations and experiences and make a conscious effort to avoid them, while also understanding your emotional state well enough to find your way through when a trigger occurs. You should also learn to encourage triggers that direct your mind toward positive thoughts, as this will help you gain greater control over your own mind. It is not possible to become a master of your mind in a matter of days. It's a never-ending process that will last months or years. However, as you understand your mind each day, it will become much easier. Have you taken even a quick moment to sit with your thoughts today? How does it affect your daily life? Share your thoughts in the comments below. As always, thank you for supporting us. If you enjoy seeing videos like this, make sure you give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring and valuable content. We'll see you in the next video.